nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. Good morning and welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We are live here and I think it's going to break through and be sunny today.
Man,
hopefully.
I hope you're right.
We're supposed to have like 9 days of rain, something like that. My neighbor told me. She goes, I was walking the dog, as were almost all my neighbors yesterday were out walking something or themselves because it was so beautiful here.
I love that. It's a very specific day of mention of days. 9 days.
Yeah, that's
not
what it
8,
says.
Not 10, not 11, 13, or 12 or a half. It's 9.
Yeah. And I really need it to be sunny on Saturday because my youngest, it's her birthday today.
Oh, yay,
happy birthday, Mina. And I'm going to have everybody over at the house. And so I really need it to be nice so that we can go outside and sit on the patio. That's what I really would like to happen.
I think we're entering, obviously, spring. And it's going to be a little potpourri of things going back and forth. So it's going to be a little unpredictable.
So basically our normal weather cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was gorgeous yesterday. It was really
that's
pretty.
why a lot of people were out.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Taking advantage of it.
Yeah, all the dogs were very happy. I mean, Charles gets walked no matter what the weather is.
He needs to be.
He needs it, and I need it too. He looked at me pretty sad today because he didn't go to doggy daycare yesterday. He doesn't always go every Wednesday. And he sees me getting ready, and he's like, oh, we're leaving. And I'm like, sorry, play with the cat. Because he does like to harass Finny quite a bit, so... I think they'll be.
Do they overall get along okay?
They really get along really
good.
well. Yeah. I would say Finn tolerates Charles more than any other cat would.
Well, like
most cats.
We've said before, cats have staff, dogs have masters.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But they cuddle and go outside together. Finny sometimes comes on walks with us. Yeah, it's very sweet.
It's not like a cuddle thing where they're cuddling and then when you enter the room, they separate. Like, you didn't see this. This isn't happening. Dogs and cats don't get along, right?
They don't do that.
Okay,
yeah, they're pretty cute.
Well, you have a good home, so a lot of love there.
You.
So that's
there
probably
is
why
a
the
lot of
animals get
positive
along.
energy. That's true.
Sure.
So we're taking calls today.
We are. It's an open call and show day today. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. And we'll start things out over across the pond, so to say.
Ooh.
We have Jennifer calling in from Italy.
Ooh.
Jennifer.
Hi.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm nervous. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I totally understand. I get nervous when I get a reading. In fact, I cheat. I pre-write what I think the reader is going to say. I know that's totally cheating. And so I know that I've met a really good reader when I didn't guess it, which there's a lovely tarot reader here in LaConner. I've interviewed her before, Alexa. I just had a reading with her and she told me something I came out of left field. So what can I do for you today?
Okay. So I have a breast cancer genetic marker question.
Okay.
There's no family history in my family of breast cancer, and my older sister, when she was 65, got breast cancer, and she went through it and everything and was okay, and then a few years later, she got it again.
I'm sorry.
So they required genetic testing, and they suggested we get genetic testing because she came back with BRCA and the CHEK2. So I got tested, and I don't have the BRCA.
Yay!
But almost it's the CHEK2 is. I have the CHEK2, and it's really nobody answers my question.
Right, because they don't know. They don't know. That's why they don't answer your question.
Yeah.
And that's okay. They don't know. It's all right.
I know, but I'm living with this inside me. It's almost ignorance is bliss. But
I agree. Ignorance is bliss in many ways. But here's the deal. Just because your sister got cancer and she got it twice doesn't mean that you're going to get it. This is what I believe about genetics. I believe that patterns that we run in our body energetically allow for genetic disorders to proliferate through the generation. So if you change the pattern, the family pattern, if you can identify it, when I look at your sister, and I mean no disrespect to her, of course.
Yes. You nailed it already.
She closes down. She closes down her heart chakra. She's tough. She doesn't let people in. And then when you have genetic markers as well on top of that, right? Because this is a heart chakra aspect for her, and the heart chakra governs breast tissue. So So she doesn't let people in. She's kind of angry under the hood,
Yes.
is how I would describe it. So unfortunately, just because people run their energy a certain way is not a guarantee that you're going to get a disease, right? It's not.
Right.
And the
Okay.
universe is helping us to grow and expand. So the universe knows what will push our buttons. So here's an example. I actually love disease. I find it fascinating and interesting. So when weird stuff happens to my body, I go, ooh, cool. I wonder how we're going to change that. I get excited, right? So the universe doesn't, inundate me with challenging diseases because it doesn't push my buttons.
Okay.
Right. So the universe will push your buttons, especially if before you're reincarnated, your soul said, hey, I really, really want to learn, let's say, unconditional love or, incredible empowerment, something like that. And the universe goes, great. And if you don't pick it up by a certain age, I just say kind of 40, because things kind of change for people right around 40 if they haven't done certain things, to elevate their consciousness. And then the universe just kind of pulls the rug out from underneath of us because we gave them permission. We said, hey, I really want to learn this. I'm going to go to Earth again. I've got, maybe hopefully 80 years, a minimum of 80 years underneath my belt where I could, evolve. And so I just don't think this is going to happen to you. You have an open heart chakra.
Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness.
I don't think disease is your thing either, honestly.
I'm very healthy. I've always been healthy. I eat healthy. I'm just but the scary thing is, it happened to her at 65. I'm 57. I don't. I'm so active.
I wouldn't look at this. I know. Don't look at this as an age thing. Number one, don't look at this as an age thing. And you don't have the BRCA gene, so that's wonderful. And here's what I think about genetic testing too. I personally don't think that everyone should go remove their organs if they have the BRCA gene. That's just my personal opinion. But what I love about the genetic testing is that people then have a choice. They have an option, right? And I know you don't fall in that category, but at least people can take control of their health in whatever way that makes them safe. So you have to remind yourself that you're very, very healthy, that you don't learn through disease. So don't try to attract something that's not in your path. Let's stay clear of that. Let's just completely stay clear of it. And I like that the scientists or the physicians were unable to answer your question. That's because they don't know. And it's okay if they don't know. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all.
Right. Okay.
So what I want you to do is every time this comes up, I want you to distract yourself, think of something completely unrelated that makes you feel happy.
Will do.
Okay. Every single time. And you'll go to the doctor and have checkups and
every 6 months.
Right. And when they'll go, you're fine, it'll be great. It's wonderful.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Can I ask you a real quick question, then I'll go?
Make it quick, please.
Oh, how's Italy? Where are you in Italy, by the way?
Naples, Napoli.
Oh. Yeah, I love Italy. I cannot wait to go back. It's such a beautiful country.
It is, but I'm ready to go home, too.
Okay. Well, come home then. Come home. So what's your last question?
Okay. My husband's waiting to hear about a job, and we're just kind of biting our nails. Stateside, correct, yes.
Well, what I would really appreciate if he stopped worrying. Your husband has a really strong mind, really strong, which benefits you if you're thinking positively. But it doesn't benefit you if you think negatively. So it will postpone things or make them tricky or difficult. So he gets to do the same thing I've asked you to do, but his is about work. Every time he thinks about the stateside job, he needs to think of something else that makes him happy, that's unrelated, so we can get his mind out of the way.
Got it.
Okay?
Thank you so
and
much.
You guys are going to be moving back. Whether it's this job or another one, you will be moving back sometime this year. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
It's this year.
Excellent. Okay. Oh, I appreciate your
You're
help.
welcome.
And I love your books, and I just
thank you.
Love listening to you.
Thank
I'll
you.
let you go. And
we're sending love to your sister.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Have a beautiful day.
Thanks, Marie.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jennifer, for joining us from Italy. 877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. Let's take Alice calling in from our state, Washington.
Ooh.
Hi, Alice.
Hi, how are you?
We're lovely, thank you. What can I do for you?
So am I, thank you.
Great.
I have a medical question. Just in diagnosing, I'm heading back to my OBGYN today, and they're doing more tests, and something that could be as simple just as overlooking some type of, yeast, or keep on saying everything is in the parameters that it should be. And maybe in the medical field, maybe that's not correct.
So are you saying like a pap smear that's irregular?
Well, no, actually, it's been fine. I've had that done, and it's all good and fine. And just really extremely sore, like sits bones, and in that general area, just a lot.
I
of
think
swelling.
this is okay. This is what I think, and unfortunately, your doctor's not going to help you with it. First thing to remember, and this is not all OBGYNs or gynecologists, but most of them are not really trained well, I believe, in the change of women. I really don't. I don't believe they're great at it. So I think this is hormone related. I also think because of the decrease of your hormones, your pelvic floor is moving. I think that it's the ligaments and the tendons are becoming stretched and you're having discomfort. And when hormones drop, it also makes the lining of the vaginal area thinner and more sensitive. So what I am going to suggest that you find a naturopathic physician and you start taking some herbs. I can recommend some herbs, but I'm not a nutritionist. I don't sell herbs, but I can always recommend some. We need to increase the energy in your adrenal glands and give you something like maca root, and other things that enhance the beautiful hormones in your body. And then I want you to start doing some exercises for your pelvic floor.
Okay.
So
I have those, yes.
Okay, so that's what I want you to start doing.
I don't do enough of them.
Right. Or maybe you're not doing the right ones.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to work on your pelvic floor and you need some herbs. You might even need like some estrogen cream for the inside, for the vaginal tissue even. It would be very low dose, of course, or bioidentical cream. You can even buy some over the counter that's
interesting.
Yeah, so that's what I think you need.
Okay, you don't feel like there's any infection, anything that they're missing?
Nope.
Any weird...
They're missing a lot. They're not paying attention to what really happens to women. Unfortunately, I've had girlfriends who've had every test you can imagine when it comes to their body. Even, unfortunately, biopsies that were completely unnecessary. Because
that's the next step.
Yeah.
That's the next step.
I don't believe you need one, but you get to do whatever you want. I think this is all hormonal related. And everyone responds differently to the change in their hormones. And here's how I like to look at it. Let's say for years and years and years, your hormones were having in their communication, let's say it sounded like Arabic. It sounded like Arabic. And now they're learning Russian because everything's changed. And they have to go from not knowing the language to becoming fluent in the language. So that's why I love herbs, especially antigen herbs, because they help the conversation. They help your organs learn the new language.
Okay, so I can relax.
Oh, please relax. And you still get to do whatever you want. You can do whatever you can do whatever you want. But regardless of what tests you might do, I'm going to encourage you to do these other things so that you can get this resolved. That's the most important thing. Is we want you to be comfortable and happy. We want you to enjoy every part of your body and not be worried or concerned that something terrible is going on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, that is fabulous news. And one really quick question, just as the last caller did, and I will make it so quick. Started a new position. Do you see me in this profession for a long period of time? I just started a month ago.
Well, you don't seem really super happy about it. You can work there as long as you want. Well,
answer.
Yeah, you can work there as long as you want, but I don't feel you going, and that's what I want everyone to do at work. I want them to be really happy and fulfilled, right? Everyone knows.
And that's
yeah. Right. So it's something for you to look at.
What I'm asking.
Right. Well, yeah, it's not your dream job, so.
It's probably maybe the job that leads me to the dream job.
Perfect. Love that idea. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck. We wish you the best of luck, and you can just write into the website or visit a naturopath and get on some herbs for your hormones. Okay.
I appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you. Have a great day.
Enjoy.
You too.
Yeah, thanks, Alice, for joining us from our state, Washington. 877-825-8828 is the number for the show. Get in. We have a line or two open, so let's do it. And we're actually already at our first break, so I know, but it's okay. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
And welcome back to the Manuchehri Show. We're live here in Seattle, and we're taking your calls. I just also wanted to point out that I do have another psychic coaching program coming up in a few weeks. We have some spots open. It is a blast. Super, super fun. And thankfully, the individuals, of course, get exactly what they need so they can be able to use their intuition and their psychic abilities in their life or professionally. So just go to energyintuitive.com if you want to learn more or sign up for the course.
Perfect.
Great.
And it's a brand new website if you haven't checked out.
We have a brand new website.
You got to check it out. It's very interactive, very flowing.
Things move.
Yeah, right.
You touch things and it moves, something like that. Yeah, I haven't even, I've looked at it in the developmental stage.
Have you even stopped by your own website
But I really
yet?
haven't totally looked at it since it went live, You
got a lot to do.
I do. I'm pretty busy. Yeah, I have a lot of boxes that I haven't checked off in the last couple of weeks even. I've got a lot going on.
Well, you checked one off. You got a new website. So
yes. Yeah, we're really grateful for that. It's
awesome.
Lovely.
So 877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We have a line or two open, actually, so get in now. And we'll take Martha calling in from the Virginia area. Hi, Martha.
Hi.
Hi, Martha. How are you?
Hi. Great. How are you too?
Lovely. Thank you. What can I do for you?
Good. Well, thanks for taking my call. I called in last week and I had a question about physical health, and then I had a loved one who came in and
good.
wanted to connect instead, which was awesome.
Great.
Yeah, perfect. But I would love to just hear any feedback that you have on physical health and in general. I don't know whether to go into more detail or just share.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. So what happens when we look at healing and getting better and recovering from things that may affect the human anatomy is it's really important to be grounded. And you have a fair amount of energy leaving your root chakra. So that means you don't have enough subatomic particles to make, health flip in the direction you want it to or significantly alter in the direction that you want it to. And typically when people are leaking energy from their root chakra, it's out of fear. So, and it doesn't have to be even about the health or anything that's happening in their life right now. It could just be a general feeling that they were taught as a child. Some people are scared. Like my mom was one of those scared parents who complained out loud about every aspect of her life that she was unhappy with. Not the best thing for kids to hear, right? So I'm probably seeing that or being reminded of it because there must have been something similar for you in your childhood, right? So so that kind of leads to this this pattern potentially where you don't absorb energy from the earth because there's like this, the sky is falling or the floor might fall or something's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do you do to catch yourself when you feel this unnecessary fear? And interesting enough, whatever's going on in our life, if we react in a fearful way, we're not going to attract a good resolution. We're going to attract, doesn't mean we're going to attract a bad one, but we're not going to be in smooth sailing. It gets more difficult or challenging or things aren't resolved as quickly as they could be. So what do you do? Do you do anything when you notice the fear?
I think that most of the time I am feeling it and not aware of it because I think it's kind of a normal state.
Right. Okay, great answer. I love that answer. So what would it be like if everything was going great in your life? You didn't have to think about the things that concern you because everything is going fantastic. That's the vibration I want you to start holding multiple times a day.
Okay.
Multiple times a day. And I can feel your hesitation. You think, oh my God, that's too hard. But that's actually what you have to do.
Yeah.
That's what everyone has to do. About whatever it is that they want to change in their life, they have to change the way they feel about it.
It's a little bit of that. What would that feel like? I don't know. I have to think about what that would feel like.
And that's exactly what I want you to do is get curious about it, investigate that, because you are going to stumble across that vibration if you get curious about it. And then you can mature it and expand it and spend time with it and play with it. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Soothing the nervous system.
Yes. Good point. Excellent. Great.
Does it seem like that is the underlying I'm saying, because it's, I'm in one of those health things where like trying to find the root cause and finding all these things along the way.
Yeah, I don't want you to do that anymore. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah, this is when you have a leak in your body, and it could be in any, like if it was the heart chakra or the crown or whatnot, and it's a significant leak or it's been going on for a while, it's really hard to fully recover from health issues because you don't have enough energy to make it happen. It's like someone buys a bunch of buckets of paint and they start to paint their walls and they don't finish.
You got to stay away from my house.
Yeah.
You're doing this all too much. You know what I'm doing, Marie.
Right.
Stay away.
So
I was thinking the same thing.
See? She's at your house too.
Yeah, I'm peering in. Is that what Vinny's saying?
Yeah, creeper status to the top.
So that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And because there's nothing seriously wrong with you, you know what I mean? It's more from your perception. I'm not saying that there aren't things that don't need to shift, but there's nothing super serious from my perception.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Wonderful.
Keep us
Thank
posted.
you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks very much for calling in, Martha. 877-825-8828 is the number. And you should do it now because we have open lines. And everyone's asking a separate question anyway, so you have more time to be getting in right now. That's the opportunity you have. So we'll now take Amy calling in from the Seattle area. Hi, Amy.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Marie.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Well, good. I started calling you back in 2007.
Oh, wow.
And you helped me back then, and I thought I'd check in with you on this. I have some health problems, but I know a lot of them are related to events of the last couple years. And can you just tell me if I'm being positive? Because I think I'm going to come out of this and be okay.
Well, I love your attitude. You also have a leak in the root chakra, too.
I figured that.
Yeah. So I want you to work on that situation. The rest of your chakras are all taking in energy. I was able to put a lot of texture into the front of your third eye. So you have a strong intuitive impression or muscle, but you don't use it that often. You get anxious, you get scared, you go off in that other direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I'd love for you to combat the anxiety, because that anxiety is just going to interfere with the knowingness that you have. You have great knowingness, but then you're like, well, it can't be that. That's too simple. And the funny thing about intuition, it is so simple, so easy. It's ridiculous. That's why people overlook it so much. One of the things we're finding in the psychic class that I'm teaching, people get the answer and I go, yeah, that's right. And they go, well, really? I'm like, yeah, they think it's too simple. It's too easy. It's so obvious. But that's what intuition is like. So I want you to start paying attention to those beautiful answers that come to you, and don't go back into the mental thinking of fear and anxiety, because that's just going to lower your vibration and keep your energy system somewhat, at risk, if you could say, to things not moving in a positive direction.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And even as we're talking, you already turned the energy from the leak that you had. You're starting to absorb energy back into your root chakra. So you obviously know how to do this. You just have to consistently catch yourself, recalibrate your energy, get back on track.
I love it. I knew I could call and ask you something. You'd tell me the answer.
Good. Great. Well, thank you for calling in, Amy. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks, Amy, for joining the show. 877-825-8828. I figured it out. Everyone stayed out too late, having too much green beer, having too much corned beef and cabbage. That's
right,
why
'cause we
our
have
lines
open.
are... Well, we have a couple open. But I'm just saying, get in, people. Get out of bed. Smack the face around a little bit. Let's call into Marie.
One of the things that I love about understanding about intuition is because the logical mind wants to make things very complicated. And when you're using your insight, which I hope you're using it all day long, you can't allow your logical mind to interpret it. And that's something that some people get in trouble with. Like, they get an intuitive answer. It's accurate. It's really good. But then they're allowing their mind to break it down. They're analyzing and processing this intuitive response. But you're not allowed to do that and have that flow of certainty and comfort and that ability to let go. You get an intuitive answer, you just go, oh, okay, that's what it is. And then you let go and go on with your life and not try to break it down and process it with overthinking and analyzing. Yeah. That's extremely important.
Very true. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We now have Barb calling in from Manitoba, Canada. Hi, Barb.
Great.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. You can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so excited that I got in. I couldn't believe it.
One of those lovely days where, if you want to call into the show, you can. So what can I do for you?
Yeah. I'm curious about how many spirit guides I have.
You have 8. You have
Sorry?
8. You have 8 spirit guides, which is a wonderful number. It's a very lucky number. So 8 is the affinity sign, and anyone who has 8 spirit guides is just naturally fortunate. Do you believe that about yourself? Do you think that about yourself, that you're lucky?
I do.
Good. Good.
Ever since I was young, school was easy. Life's been easy. I mean,
Yay.
things just kind of come to me easily. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I
Congratulations.
have
Because there's a few people that I run into who have 8 spirit guides and they don't know they're lucky. And then once I convince them that they are and they start to feel that way, they start to recognize how fortunate they are. So I'm thrilled that you already know that. Congratulations. That's great. You're
right.
I would.
And how about my
Pardon?
energy?
Pardon? Oh yeah.
How about my energy, my chakras?
Yeah, I'll talk to you about that in a second. But I'm looking at your guide group. All 8 of them are men. So you have very masculine energy in your guide group, which is an indicator that you need to be more masculine in life, a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, that I believe, aggressive.
Okay, right? Like put your power out there, This is something you need to do when you have that many of whatever gender. You need to adopt more of that energy from that particular gender. Okay. Interesting thing, when I drew out your energy, you're taking. I was able to draw the crown, the root, and the third eye, but my pen does not want to draw the second, the third, the fourth, or the fifth. So that's an indicator to me. I know it's an indicator to me that you escape from your body. It's a defense mechanism through the crown chakra and kind of hang out with angels. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
So
Never thought of it that way.
So what happens, let's say if someone's confrontational with you, this is maybe why you need some more masculine energy, or you feel threatened in some way, instead of holding your ground, your energy will leave your body and you'll hang out with angels, which feels fine. Like, oh, this feels really great. But then you've ignored the conflict. Does that make sense?
Yes, I can totally agree with that. I don't deal with it. I just kind of ignore it. Yeah.
Right. So what it does when people do this consistently for a long period of time, some of your chakras get wishy-washy. Like there's not a lot of energy. I could focus on it and draw it in, but that's the intuitive process, right? The intuitive process is I'm not analyzing her process. I'm like, oh, I didn't draw her second, third, or fourth vortex, or fifth, by the way, because she doesn't have a lot of energy in there because she keeps escaping her body. So here's what I want you to do. And of course, you get to do whatever you want. I'd love for you to take 3 or 5, approximately 3x5 cards, get a tiny stack of 3x5 cards. And I want you to write down some phrases that you would love to use if you were in confrontation with someone. And there's probably a few people in your life that you get into conflict with, but they're used to you not responding and they're used to getting what they want because you disappear energetically, right? Like a ghost, you just take off. So if you have a few phrases, you can go get your 3x5 cards when things start to heat up. And I want you to literally read them so you can stay in your body and have a conversation with that person. Because we need to build up.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right? We need to build up the energy and 5, 4, 3, and 2 chakra. That's 4 chakras that don't have a lot of light in them. I mean, your energy looks great to me. I'm not concerned about it, but it's not the best for the immune system when you don't have a lot of energy in the third. So, okay.
Yes, and I have an appointment with you on April 1st, so we can go over things. Other things.
Okay, good. That sounds great.
I have a question about my husband.
Make it really quick, please.
Okay. His eyes have been, his prescription's been going up and down a lot, and then he went to the optometrist on Tuesday, and they said they seen blood in the back of one eye, so now he's got to have his carotid arteries ultrasound.
Oh, good. You know what I love about the eyes is eye doctors can diagnose all kinds of potential serious problems by looking into our eyes.
Yes.
So your husband's very, very lucky because when carotid arteries get blocked, people can have strokes. And so now it was caught before it happened, which is fantastic. And now he'll go to the doctors and they'll do some ultrasound, you're right, to check the valves and these carotid arteries to make sure that they're functioning. There's not plaque in there or any kind of stricture. And if there is, they'll repair it. So this is a very fortunate thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I want you to look at it. In other words, nothing bad's going to happen now. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And tell your husband to stop kinking his neck.
Stop kinking his neck.
You know how some people kind of like they crack their neck or they move it around a lot. They're kind of adjusting their vertebrae. That's not good for the carotid arteries.
Okay.
Okay?
I will tell him.
Good.
Yeah.
So this is a good thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's just, they caught it in time and we'll get it fixed.
And there may not even be a serious problem. We don't know yet. But the great thing is they'll check it out and make sure that everything's fine. And if there's a problem, they'll fix it. So this is wonderful news. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I will be talking to you on April 1st.
In a few weeks. Sounds great.
Okay, thanks.
Bye. Thank you very much for joining the show. So we've been informed. I think our number isn't forwarding through. So that's probably why we were a little light earlier. But we have a backup number, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
888-298-5569. That's the station locally, not Marie's toll-free number. So we'll work on that at the break. 888-298-5569. Or, I know another local number, 425-373-5527. That's 425-373-5527. So we're getting things all ironed out.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's do this. Let me scroll back up while I was getting the numbers there. Thought I was on top of things. Sometimes I'm not. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we go. Let's take Kim. She's calling in from Bothell. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for taking my call.
Of course. What can I do for you?
My right knee, I had surgery back on the 2nd.
Uh-huh.
And it was just a repair of meniscus tear.
Mm-hmm.
But they found arthritis and they went in and did kind of like stem cell where they drill into the kneecap.
That's kind of nice that they did some stem cell therapy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, I had to do 6 weeks of crutches, and I'm just now off of them, but it feels like it's like dead.
Well, 6 weeks is a long time not to use your knee. And you had surgery on it. You're so cute because you wait too long to do certain procedures sometimes for your body. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. And then
I tried to catch this one though.
No, I'm really grateful you did the surgery. Thank you. That's a lot, and I'm really happy they did stem cell. That's the wave of the future in terms of medicine will be lots of stem cell therapy and laser therapy. Those are the things that are going to be predominantly happening in our healthcare system, which is really healthy and amazing and a very fortunate advancement in technology that's occurring. So when you wait a while and then your knee can't do anything for 6 weeks, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel weird, but it doesn't mean that anything's wrong. I think you're going to do great with the recovery. I really do.
Yeah, because my left knee they ended up having to replace.
Oh, interesting.
And I really don't want to go through that. I mean, it worked out great.
Mm-hmm.
But for kneeling, it's really, you can't kneel on it.
No, you can't. That's true. So the stem cell could be very effective for it. And knees, since you've had problems with both knees are about searching for something and not feeling that you're ever going to find it. So do you have something in your life that's like that?
I retired about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I would enjoy retirement more. How's that?
Right. But 3 years isn't that long ago. I mean, it takes a while to break down knees and cartilage and retire. I just don't think I think a lot of generations aren't going to really, really retire. So you need to go find something fun to do, even if you don't need the resources. I was at Home Depot shopping for appliances when I moved into the house I live in now. And there was this lovely gentleman who helped me. He actually encouraged me to go buy some other appliances that they didn't have in that particular store. But he was so cute. He said he was 86 years old. He told me that if he if he took off his clothes, all of his skin would fall to the ground. That's what he told me. And I know you're not that old, or you're not that age. But he was having a blast. He didn't have to work, but he said he was lonely at home. And he had been a handyman for a long time. And so he was there helping shoppers, So go find something fun to do that makes you happy.
Okay.
All right. But I think the searching is something else. There's something else that you've been looking for or wanting. Potentially you're not conscious of it. And that wears down the structure of the knees.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And we're sending you bright light to both of those beautiful knees.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Kim, for joining us from the Bothell area. 877. Nope. See, I'm doing it again. I got to give out the other number still. All right.
Okay.
888-298-5569. 888-298-5569.
We'll have that other number repaired by next week.
We totally will.
Have that fixed.
Yep. And we'll take our break, the last one of the hour. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
Love that song, by the way. It's beautiful. An oldie but a goodie.
I miss concerts, obviously, and he would be one to totally see.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. And if you aren't hearing it down the line on YouTube, because I can't really play it for those YouTube people, it would be Stevie Wonder.
Right. I have seen Stevie Wonder in concert with
that's
India
why I'm
RE.
jealous. I'm totally jealous.
Yeah, because I love India RE, and she was. They were both in town on stage together. So my daughter and my son-in-law went.
It's a good combo.
It was amazing, and we had great seats too, which was ridiculous. It was incredible. And then where we were sitting, you could go to the after the concert, you go to the backstage, and we got to meet everyone in person too. It was really wonderful.
Little meet and greet. Always
little
love that.
meet and greet. But yeah, Stevie Wonder is no wonder he is so incredibly famous, because his shows are off the hook. They are crazy. I mean, what he does, and then he has his whole family there, all these musically talented people there, his children, because he's got a lot of kids. You know, I think he's got 9 or more children, and a new baby not too long ago either. Wow. Yeah, he's proliferating more musical geniuses as we speak, perhaps.
Perfect. It's awesome.
Yes.
For just today's show so far, we're going to give you a different number if you want to tune in call in. It's 888-298-5569, 888-298-5569. And we will take now, it's going to be Jamie calling in from California. Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Marie.
Hi,
I don't know if you remember me. I'm from your psychic class.
Oh, yay. I do remember you, because you and I are the last ones to go off the call. So I remember you, Jamie. And thank you for taking the psychic class. Are you enjoying it?
Oh, my gosh. It's so fun.
Good.
Fabulous.
Good. And is it helping your psychic ability and your intuitive skills?
Absolutely.
Yay.
1,000%.
Yay. I'm so glad. I love coaching courses. They're super, super fun. And we only have 2 more classes with you guys, which is heartbreaking. I love the classes so much. And then when I get on, I get on Zoom and I see what lesson we're on. Oh my God, we did lesson 10 last night. I'm like, what? How could we be so close to the finish line? But I'm really grateful that you're getting what you need from the program.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
True. So what can I do for you today?
Yeah, so I'm not feeling well. Yeah, it started off yesterday, kind of in the middle of the night. So Wednesday morning, my stomach, I woke up in a lot of stomach pain. And it's kind of morphed into different kind of pain, because it was burning at first, and then it was in knots, and now my entire body is very achy and sore, and I'm not sure. At first I thought maybe I ate something wrong, like it was food poisoning, but I haven't vomited or have to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And it's just very strange. I don't know what's going on.
Have you had a COVID test?
No, I have not.
Yeah. So you have some symptoms. It doesn't mean you have COVID, but you might want to go get tested.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. Right. Isn't that weird?
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. But it's up to you if you want to or not, but you're going to have to, stay at home anyway and rest up and feel better. Because your symptoms sound a little fluish. Agreed? Aching, tummy ache.
Yeah. I don't think I have a fever, but it didn't even cross my mind, because it started off with the stomach.
Yeah. Well, even when you look at the symptoms, there's just so many. Even a headache could be a symptom, because everyone has some sort of, people can have different symptoms based on this virus, but it doesn't have to be this virus, but there is a virus going on. That's what I think is happening in your body. You have a viral thing going on. So you need to rest, take lots of fluids, have some chicken soup, take good care of yourself. Sound good? And I think something triggered you, something scared you in the last few days. Is that true?
That is true.
Yeah. Something has scared the gajeebies out of you. And you feel powerless about it. Yeah. And so that reduced your immune system. And so somehow you, you picked up a virus. So I'm sorry about what scared you. But what I'm hearing is you don't have to worry. You are safe. You are completely safe. And that's what I want you to tell yourself.
Okay.
And you might have to tell yourself every 20 minutes, I'm safe. I'm safe. Because it feels like an external threat of some sort has just scared you. And that's true, correct?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. That's no fun when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it lowered your immune system and then a virus jumped in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Marie. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I will see you next Wednesday.
Yay.
Hopefully you'll be feeling better soon.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Alrighty, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for joining the show. 877. I keep doing it. See, it's such a habit.
888-298-5569.
Yeah, sorry about that. 888-298-5569.
Yeah, my toll-free number's not working, but we'll fix it for next week.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take now Mary calling in from the Spokane area. Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Hi, Mary. What can I do for you?
Hi. I hurt my knee last Saturday.
Lots of medical questions today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's one of my favorites. So I'm having fun, honestly. Even though people aren't feeling good, I'm like, I'm having a lot of fun talking about the body and what do you need to do. Just like our last caller, Jamie, I think, some external threat. I don't think it happened to her directly. I think it was like a global external threat that somehow made her feel very vulnerable. And that's what led to her flu symptoms. Okay, so you injured your knee or what happened?
Yeah, I injured it. It was very painful to walk on, so I was using crutches because I was afraid I would hurt it by trying to walk on. I went to the doctor yesterday. He said no fracture.
Yeah.
So he said the meniscus is hard to get, circulation to. So he told me to ride stationary bike, and I thought, I asked him, I said, is there anything else I can do to help it heal? And of course, allopathic.
He said no. Yeah.
And my intuition says, red light. Maybe?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I love infrared and red light therapy. There's several different companies on the market. I did purchase some panels that I stand in front of 3 to 4 times a week in my house. I purchased it from the Platinum Therapy Company. But there's several different ones. I just always look for a company that's FDA approved because it's it's considered a medical device and level 2, I believe it is, a medical device. And so what it does, go ahead. It's red light and infrared light. So it's a combination, although on the panels you can actually use one or the other if you want to. You don't have to use both. The research says when they work in combination at certain degrees, which I don't really know the exact term of how you measure the projection of the light, but there's actually scientific, knowledge about it, that it penetrates deep into the body and it helps ligaments and tendons and connective tissue.
Wonderful.
It's supposed to help with aches and pains and arthritis. I remember what I said during the show that lasers will be part of the future in our medical. I just had a procedure done in my mouth and they used lasers. No surgery, no stitches. They used lasers. So
awesome.
I know it's amazing. So I like those. I think they work really well.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's something that you can do now. Remember what I said to one of the callers about their knees? Remember what I said?
No. Oh, I might have missed it. I was trying to call in. I kept
That happens too.
Yes. Is that when knees are problematic, it means there's something in your life that you want to manifest and create, and you've had a challenge about it, or you feel like it's never going to happen. And so the knees act like lights and like focused light, and they're looking around the world for this thing that you want.
And I've been doing this for years because my knees are shot. But they're feeling better now. This last year.
Well, maybe it's love.
Saying.
Maybe it was love.
That's what I'm referring
because
to.
Benny has love in his life, a wonderful partnership. So yeah, it could be anything from love, a great job, better health, but you've been focused on it, trying to create it, and it hasn't happened. So what you have to feel is that it occurred. It already happened. That's how you manifest what you want. That thing that you wanted happened. You need to feel grateful. You have to stop worrying about it. Have to stop trying to create it. Have to stop complaining about it. If you complain, you don't come across as a complainer, by the way. Well, you don't. So
thank you. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I just need to it's already here.
Yes. Or don't think about it at all. That's also a wonderful way to attract positive energy. Just forget about it. Don't think about it. Don't analyze it. Don't process it. Okay. And
wonderful.
Thank you so much for calling in. And
thank you, Marie.
You're welcome. I'm glad that your knee doesn't have any serious issues. That's wonderful. And we wish everyone many, many joyful blessings. We'll have the toll-free number repaired by next week. Bye-bye for now.